to make a rather radical departure from where your congregation had been?
Well, my concern to make a radical change was that the church was leaving so many people behind, a huge part of our population that was getting the message that they didn't qualify, they didn't meet the criteria.
The gay movement is an evil institution. The goal of the gay movement is to defeat the marriage-based society.
There's certainly enough in Scripture to be cited by any side to make whatever argument, but what about passages where gays are explicitly, seemingly, not welcome?
The Bible doesn't change, but throughout history, our understanding of the Scripture has certainly changed. You can go to many reference points. We don't believe the world is flat. We don't keep slaves, and yet we didn't cut those sections out of the Bible. We had to bring our own understanding of culture, of languages, that things change through time in order to understand the Scripture so that they remain relevant. Otherwise, everything's left to obscurity. So we just have to use the tools that we have to understand things in their context and as they apply to today.
Have you had any trouble convincing the congregation or individual members of that?
Originally, yes. When I announced that it would be an inclusive church, we did lose half of the people that were originally going to begin with us and 2/3 of our funding.
Do you foresee a time when the entirety of the evangelical movement will go similarly along the path that your congregation has now chosen, where gays and lesbians are just going to be accepted, and this is just part of a broader trend?
I hope that with every fiber in my being, that will come to pass. And the reason I think that it's conceivable is when I look at what's happened with civil rights and the any number of issues that are related to segregation and equal rights for everyone.
Do you consider your congregation and your personal, spirituality normal per se, or do you see yourself and your congregation as outside of that segment's mainstream?
I realize we're not part of the mainstream, but we're not a fringe group that holds to some beliefs that are so peculiar, like handling snakes or something, that it's very hard for anyone to imagine being similar to us.
I think we can leave it there, Reverend. It's great to chat with you, and thank you very much for
Yes.
agreeing to do it. Really appreciate it.
Great.